All right, are people still doing a glute day, chest day, back day, hamstrings, then quads? Or have they realized that's literally the worst way that you can train? I'll explain in the caption. Let's check out the caption. And she says, it's the reason why you haven't made great gains since you were a beginner. Across the entire exercise science literature, one thing stands as the most important factor across all else, regardless of how often you train, what exercise you do, anything. And at the end of the day, volume is queen. Effective volume, to be specific, the volume you do in proximity to failure. And you physically cannot get enough effective volume in a single session per week, because muscle growth is only elevated for roughly around 48 hours post-workout. And the rest of the time after that, your muscle cells are slowly getting smaller. So in order for a split to be good, you need to get at least 2 sessions per muscle group. Now that we know that, which split is best? Push-pull legs, upper lower, full body. They're all right, but they're boring. All right, guys, this is Chloe Jane. Let's talk about this. I agree with her. I do think it's the worst way to train. I think a bro split is a generalist routine. It's gonna give you decent results for every muscle group. It's the way the vast majority of the world trains. But anytime a bodybuilder ever needs to bring up a lagging muscle group, guess what they do? They increase the frequency. Because yeah, muscle protein synthesis is elevated for a couple days and then you start atrophying. So I do think bro splits where you inadvertently train the muscle twice a week. Like for example, say you have a chest day and then you have an arm day, but on the arm day you do dips for triceps or close grip bench. You're actually hitting chest twice a week. When you do a chest day, you're hitting a lot of anterior delts. A back day, you're hitting a lot of rear delts. And then you have your shoulder day. But if you just do the one leg day per week and you don't even do any glute isolation movements, that's how the world trained glutes when I came into the industry, because it was men dominating the field and they never cared about glutes and they cared way more about their upper body. And I came onto this scene in 2006. I started writing in 2009 and I was like, ladies, train your glutes 3 times a week. And boy, did I have to battle. I had to battle so many people. They're like, muscle gets damaged, you can't recover from that. And then I started showing my before and afters, and then everyone started listening to me. And I feel like I'm most known for the barbell hip thrust, but I think my greatest contribution to the industry was pushing glute training 3 days a week, like 4 or 5 glute exercises per session. So I totally agree with her. I do want to offer one clarifying point. She says volume is queen. I agree with that. Effective volume is queen. Number of sets you perform close to failure. But you know what king is? Progressive overload. You can do all the volume in the world, and if you don't bump the weights up, you're not going to change your physique that much. So progressive overload is king. Volume is queen. In order to maximize fresh, effective volume, you got to train frequently. At least twice a week, preferably 3 times a week. I'm Bret Contreras, aka The Glute Guy.